नमस्कार। उपराष्ट्रपति एम वेंकैया नायडू दिल्ली के पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय मार्ग पर बाबा साहब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर की प्रतिमा के अनावरण कार्यक्रम में शिरकत कर रहे हैं। आइए आपको सीधा लिए चलते हैं।
Please rise for the arrival of the Honorable Vice President of India. Please remain standing for the national anthem, which will play after the arrival of the Honorable Vice President of India. National Anthem. Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu ji, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Shri Rajiv Mehershi, Deputy Comptroller and Auditor General, Srimati Anita Patnaik, Senior Management of the Indian Audit and Accounts Department, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. The unveiling of the statue of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chief architect of the Constitution of India, is truly an inspiring moment for the Indian Audit and Accounts Department. May I please request the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Shri Rajiv Mehershi, to deliver his welcome speech.
Thank you. Honorable Vice President of India and Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, Sir, on behalf of the entire family of the Indian Audit and Accounts Department, allow me to welcome you amidst us. These are difficult times. We are just about 60 in this hall here, in keeping with the social distancing norms. But the rest of us are attending this function remotely as it is being webcast. We are all aware, sir, that since the first lockdown, this is the first time you have agreed to attend a function, and we are truly humbled that the exception has been made for us. While profusely thanking you, we would also like to assure you that all safety norms and more are being followed for this function, including a row-wise exit from this hall at announced intervals once the function is over. Sir, The exception you have made in attending a public function is for commemorating a truly remarkable person. Bharat Ratna Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, or Baba Saheb, as he was popularly known, did not have a very long life. He passed away a few months after his 65th birthday. But to these 65 years, he brought value of 130 years, if not more. His list of achievements is long and truly remarkable. He was a social reformer, a jurist, an academic, an economist, an anthropologist, a politician, and an author. He had a master's degree from the University of Bombay, a PhD degree each from the University of Columbia and from the London School of Economics. He had also qualified as barrister at law from Gray's Inn. Most of us, in spite of our privileged backgrounds, would find it difficult, if not impossible, to match these academic achievements. But Baba Saheb came from a humble background and from a caste that was considered untouchable. We are all aware of the discrimination faced by Baba Saheb as a student from school itself, and these stories are too many and too painful to narrate here today. In spite of all the adversity he faced, there was perhaps no more zealous a patriot than Baba Saheb, and a few were as enlightened and as liberal as him in his legal and economic thinking. Had Baba Saheb and Gandhiji not had the sagacity to arrive at the Pune Pact in 1932, the British might have succeeded in dividing us apart from along religious lines, along caste lines too. The pact signed by Dr. Ambedkar and by Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya on behalf of Gandhiji also marked the beginning of a unique and perhaps the world's largest affirmative action program. The enlightened and much lauded constitution that we have, which gives primacy to the rule of law, and independent institutions such as the CAG, is in no small measure on account of Baba Saheb's learned and wise thinking. In debate after debate in the Constituent Assembly, one can see the impact and imprint of Dr. Ambedkar on the values of equity and justice in the Indian Constitution. He is therefore rightly regarded as the architect and father of the Indian Constitution. What is less well known about Baba Saheb were his liberal and progressive views on the path that the Indian economy should take, but did not. Again, this is not the time or place to discuss that path that was most likely to have hit the bull's eye. We are gathered here to remember and celebrate this remarkable person, a man of many parts and a whole that was more than the sum of his parts. We originally wanted, sir, to unveil the statue on 14th of April, Baba Saheb's birthday, but the circumstances created by the pandemic willed otherwise. Today has been chosen because it too was a special day for the Constituent Assembly. On this day in 1947, the Constituent Assembly adopted the tricolor as the national flag, which is the pride of every Indian today. Dr. Ambedkar was a member of the flag committee. Sir, we thank you once again for being here with us and for unveiling the statue of Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, who we auditors hold in the highest esteem and regard, not only for his achievements and patriotism, but also because it is he who ensured that India's supreme audit institution is truly independent. Thank you all, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We are indeed privileged to have with us today the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu ji. Honorable Vice President of India was born in 1949 in Nellore district of Andhra Pradesh. His educational background includes a law degree from Andhra University and he has been active in public life from his student days when he was the president of the Student Union. Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu ji was elected to the Rajya Sabha for the first time in 1998. As Member of Parliament, he has been Chairman of the Committee on Petitions and the Committee on Home Affairs. He has also held distinguished positions like the Minister for Urban Development, Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, and Minister for Information and Broadcasting. The Honorable Vice President of India has a special interest in agriculture and social work. He is an avid reader and has a gift for educating and motivating people. May I please request the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu ji, to address the audience.
Sri Rajiv Maharshi ji, Controller and Auditor General of India, Srimati Anita Patnaik ji, Deputy CAG, other officers present here today for this function, and also the officers who are witnessing this program across the country through our webcast. आज आप सबके बीच आकर मुझे बहुत आनंद हो रहा है। भारत के संविधान के शिल्पी और आधुनिक भारत के निर्माता बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर, भीमराव रामराव अम्बेडकर जी की प्रतिमा का अनावरण करने का सुयोग मिला है। इसके कारण से मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता है। डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर जी बहुमुख प्रतिभा के धनी थे, एक दूरदर्शी राजनेता, विचारक, महान विद्वान, विधिवेत्ता, अर्थशास्त्री, लेखक, समाज सुधारक और एक उदार मानवतावादी थे। भारत के संविधान के निर्माण में उनका महत्वपूर्ण योगदान तथा विषम परिस्थितियों में देश का मार्गदर्शन करने के लिए राष्ट्र अपने इस मूर्धन्य नायक के प्रति सदैव कृतज्ञता रहेगा। आज हमारे संविधान की गणना विश्व के सबसे विशुद्ध विधानों में होती है, जिसमें समय समय पर जरूरत के अनुसार संशोधन भी दिया गया है। My dear friends, brothers and sisters, I am really very happy to be amidst you all today. As it was explained by Rajiv ji, it's my first public appearance, physical, after the lockdown was announced. Whenever I go to people, meet them, greet them, talk to them, spend time with them, I feel more energized. That's my strength, or you may call it as weakness, whatever it is. So when Rajiv ji proposed that we should have a function, though my protocol people were a little hesitant in the beginning, I told them if they follow the social distance and also the other advice issued by the Health Ministry, let us go there because this is an important occasion and important function. My dear sisters and brothers, Dr. Ambedkar was a man of many parts with interest and skills in several fields. His lyricism is reflected in his books such as Problems of the Rupee, at that time, its origin and its solution, and the evolution of provincial finance in British India, and show his command over economics and finance. Similarly, his books Castes in India, their mechanisms, genesis and development, and the annihilation of caste reflects his deep understanding of Indian sociological realities. Caste annihilation is very much necessary. It's really unfortunate, even after this many years of independence, forward movement of our civilization, still in certain parts of the country or certain areas in the society, this
is still prevalent. It must be our endeavor to see that all of us, the entire society, country, for that matter, mankind, this is not only here. You hear stories about such cases and instances across the globe also. So the humanity, the world community must come together to eradicate this menace. I call it as a menace. Dr. Ambedkar left an indelible imprint on the sands of time, and his thoughts are relevant for all times. Indeed, he was the messiah of the oppressed and depressed. All through his life, he strove to dismantle the caste system and dismantle the caste barriers and ensure equality for all people. He strongly believed in gender equality and emancipation of women through education. He famously said, quote, "Political democracy cannot last unless there lies at the base of its social democracy." What does social democracy mean? It means a way of life which recognizes liberty, equality, and fraternity as the principles of life. His vision contributed towards the formulation of water and industrial policies in the country. Today, we are in the allowed premises of this CAG office, which has been mandated by the Constitution of India to promote accountability, transparency, and good governance. Accountability, transparency, and good governance are very much needed to make democracy a successful experiment. Transparency and good governance through high-quality auditing and accounting, and provide independent assurance to our stakeholders. The legislature, the executive, the public, that funds are being used efficiently and for the intended purpose. That assurance they get through proper auditing. Although the history of the audit department is almost 160 years old, it was the constitution of the newly formed Independent Republic of India which proved characteristic in transforming this organization of the colonial era into the CAG of India as an independent pillar of Indian parliamentary democracy. Today, the CAG is a strong and credible institution, and the credit for this must go to the framers of our Constitution, particularly Dr. Babasaheb Bhimrao Ramrao Ambedkar, who had the vision to ensure independence and wide mandate to the CAG. During the deliberations of the drafting committee of the Constitution, Bala Sahib had very famously said, I quote, "I am the opinion that this dignitary or officer is probably the most important officer in the Constitution of India. He is the one man who is going to see that the expenses owed by Parliament are not exceeded or varied from what has been laid down by the Parliament in the Appropriation Act. If this functionary is to carry out the duties and his responsibilities, I submit, are far more important than the duties even of the judiciary. He should have been certainly as independent as the judiciary." This is what he opined at the time. Bala Sahib's life and work have inspired the entire nation, and it is heartening to see that the core values of the CAG, independence, objectivity, integrity, reliability, professional excellence, transparency, and positive approach, draws inspiration from his life and work. Today, the CAG has evolved as an enabler to Bala Sahib's vision that will not only ensure public financial accountability, but also act as a friend, philosopher, and guide of the executive. Many reports of the CAG and the consequent deliberations in the committee of the legislatures have led to various changes in the regular framework, governance, structures, and delivery mechanism of the government, thereby ensuring economy, efficiency, effectiveness of government operations. My dear sisters and brothers, corruption is a major menace affecting the growth and development of the country. It must be ensured all of us, stakeholders, the government, the civil society and the people at large to collectively stamp out this menace as early as possible. Here I would like to refresh everybody's memory by quoting the late President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who had said, quote, "If a country is to be corruption-free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are three key societal members who can make a difference. They are the father, mother, and the teacher. Apart from parents, teachers are looked upon as the role models by children, and they play an important role in shaping students' characters and building a value-based society. Many years ago, the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, had observed education which does not mold character is absolutely worthless. While the Constitution reflected the vision of Dr. Ambedkar and its framers gave us one of the best living documents, it is for every Indian, be it an ordinary citizen or a person occupying high constitutional post, to ensure that the sanctity of our Constitution is upheld at all times and never be violated. Otherwise, it is tantamount to betraying the trust and faith of founding fathers. It will be apt to recall the sagacious words of Dr. Ambedkar, who has said, I quote, "However good a constitution may be, if those who are implementing it are not good, it will prove to be bad. However bad a constitution may be, if those implementing it are good, it will prove to be good." What a meaningful expression. For all the citizens of India, the Constitution remains a sacred book and a guiding beacon on all matters. We should salute the constitutional framers for their vision and the statesmanship in giving us a constitution that laid a strong foundation for our parliamentary democracy and stood the test of times. Before concluding, let me compliment the CAG for acquiring an excellent reputation among the international community of Supreme Audit Associations, known as SA. I also appreciate the aim of the CAG to become fully paperless office by 2022. I was immensely pleased to know that the CAG has started a lecture series named as Dr. Ambedkar Lecture Series, where eminent personalities were called upon to deliver lectures on emerging topics. Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Ambedkar, many great people, they are the teachers. Their teachings, their preachings, we should recall them, remember them, tell our children to read, to follow. The purpose of erecting a statue here is also to remind us of the expectations of these great people and guide us in our responsibilities and activities. That is the purpose of commemorating memories, erecting statues, or releasing stamps. The purpose is to see that the present generation and the future generation, they remember the teachings and preachings of these great personalities, to act as a guide and a teacher. Now with this installation of the statue of Baba Saheb, I am sure it will go a long way in inspiring and guiding the work of the institution of the CAG of India. May Baba Saheb always be the guiding light. मुझे विश्वास है कि आज बाबा साहब की इस प्रतिमा के अनावरण के बाद यह प्रतिमा एक संस्थान के रूप में CAG का मार्गदर्शन करती रहेगी और आपके लिए प्रेरणा का स्रोत रहेगी, सदैव की तरफ बाबा साहब प्रकाश स्तंभ के तरफ मार्गदर्शन करते रहे. I am very happy, as I told you in the beginning, to receive the invitation by Sri Rajiv Maharshi, who has proved himself to be one of our outstanding officers be it in the government or now in this independent institution. And I am also happy to meet you all today, and I hope that this audit system live up to the expectations of the people, strengthen further democracy, highlight the shortcomings, if any, from time to time. Do not compromise on basics and continue to inspire the people for transparency, for accountability, and for good governance. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. I would now invite the Deputy Comptroller and Auditor General, Srimati Anita Patnaik, to say the words of thanks.
Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Shri Rajiv Maharshi, ladies and gentlemen, on this momentous occasion of the installation of the statue of the founding father of the Constitution, Dr. Ambedkar, the person who added the steel frame to this institution through his provisions of the Constitution and his utterances in public, it gives me great pleasure to express a few words of thanks and gratitude to all who made this possible. First of all, I would like to thank the Honorable Vice President, Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji, a giant figure in the public service arena in this country, for sparing his valuable time amidst his many commitments and in these uncertain times, and as he himself clarified, for the first time in the public since lockdown, for taking the time off for the installation and unveiling of the statue, and his august and very meaningful address to all of us. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank our respected CAG, Shri Rajiv Maharshi, for all the initiatives he has taken to promote the character and ambience of not only this institution but the physical office as well, with the installation of the Gandhi statue in the first place, and then the development of the urban forest, and now the statue of Dr. Ambedkar, who started his profession also in the audit system. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank all my colleagues present here who have worked very hard for the success of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Please rise for the national anthem. Please remain seated. Your row is called out. Thank you.
ये सीधी तस्वीरें आप देख रहे थे। आज उपराष्ट्रपति एम वेंकैया नायडू ने बाबा साहेब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर की प्रतिमा का अनावरण किया। खास पेशकश में फिलहाल इतना ही, रुकेंगे एक ब्रेक के लिए।